Hey guys, Base Shogun here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Studio Series Gamer Edition Optimus Prime. When this guy first got released, I knew I had to have it. The Optimus Prime is looking thick. Like, this is a wide set Prime right here. Really like the look of it, and now I'm hoping that this figure will be a very, very good figure, as the last War for Cybertron Gamer Edition figure I reviewed was Barricade, and he was a massive letdown, guys. So if this Optimus Prime comes out of the box and he's floppy, and the quality is about the same as this Barricade here, I think that'll be the end of me reviewing the Gamer Edition series. They're cool, but you know what? At the end of the day, I can't just be buying figures I really don't like just to get a review out because they're new. All right, guys, so without further ado, let me ask you, what is your favorite version of Optimus Prime? From what series? Could be Armada, Revenge of the Fallen, whatever you please. Let me know. I gotta go. I really like Armada Optimus Prime or just the original G1. All right, guys, and if you like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into the video. All right, and we'll do a quick close-up of the packaging quickly here. As usual, Hasbro does have a pretty strong packaging department. All right, and let's get this sucker unboxed and take a look. All right, here we are. And there, hey, first in fresh out of the packaging. I'm liking what I see. The silver's looking nice, the red detailing. The slightly different colored Autobot logo there. Head sculpt's looking pretty dang good. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this guy out of the packaging fully, and let's take a look. And for accessories, he does come with a fairly nice looking axe, actually. It's mostly one color, but even this little bit of detailing just goes a long way with what Hasbro's done with the molded detail there as well. So yeah, that looks really nice, actually. And he also comes with this gun cannon as well. Pretty cool. Two nice looking accessories there. And getting right into the figure, let's check out the articulation. He does have 360 arm movements, elbow bend action there. Okay, well, we'll ignore that for now. He does have a wrist swivel right there. The head does move. It can go up and down. Let's see if the chest can open. Ah, yes, Matrix of Leadership. Bonus points, it is removable. That is always a super cool feature of any Optimus Prime. And you can just see all the nice molded detail in his chest there. All right, we'll put his Matrix of Leadership back and continue the articulation. He can do the splits, knees, back, about that far up. Rocking ankle right there. It does feel fairly secure. And we will take a look at his Studio Series backdrop there. Now, of course, this is modeled after the War for Cybertron video game, and this is the K-On! Prison Break Optimus Prime. That's what he was inspired by, that scene in the game. All right, guys, and there we have him on his Studio Series display board, if that's what you want to do. I never, ever display my guys on these, but hey, it's another option if you want to do that for your collection. All right, guys, and out of the box, my first impressions are this looks amazing. I really like how this looks. He almost reminds me of some kind of like, almost like a, not a dwarf, but some kind of like medieval warrior or something. He's just small, but still big and stocky. I'm really liking the axe and the weapon for the arm that turns his right arm into kind of like a chain gun arm or a cannon. That aesthetic is really working for me. I love the thickness of this guy and how much his shoulders kind of convey like a commanding presence there. And one thing though, I do have to show you guys before we begin. You see his left arm there. It has a pin, same as the standard arm, which you're used to. And all his joints are a bit loose, like this doesn't feel great. And how the gun plugs in is you just take that off, and then his actual arm just plugs in there with a little port. And I do have to say, like, it is so loose. Like, this will fall off if you're trying to transform him. Like, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on, and that's what we're getting. All right, and I do have to say, I'm really liking the look of this guy. You know, if it was just up to look so far, this was definitely be in the high 8s. However, just some of the joint looseness, as well as kind of how loose and easy that arm comes off, that's already in my mind. We're bringing it back down, maybe into the 7s. But hey, there's still tons of stuff to go over, and this guy's fate is by no means sealed. So I'm gonna get him into his alt mode. We'll take a look, and I'll see you in the next screen. And I did miss, but this axe actually splits to give him kind of 2 big cleaving sides there. However, I definitely like the look of this a lot more, so this is the way it's gonna stay. All right, guys, and we're back after actually a pretty fun transformation sequence. The instructions did a good enough job, and there was some really cool engineering they put into this guy, and I think it's a really good looking alt mode. Something that this series has been doing really well. I have to say, even Barricade, I hated the bot mode, but that vehicle mode was quite nice. Yeah, you can see he does have pretty bad visible hand syndrome there. That's gonna bug some people. Undercarriage, you can see pretty good amount of engineering, of course, there. And I do really like that Hasbro decided not to cheap out, and they did paint the wheel wells there. It's a small detail, but honestly, guys, it makes a ton of difference for these figures. I don't think they did with Barricade, and I definitely noticed, despite him having a nice vehicle mode. So there you go. And you can see, you know, there's a few things, you know, up here, a little bit of hollow piecing that might bug some of you guys. But I mean, overall, this is a pretty damn good looking Cybertronian vehicle mode. And now for weapon storage, they have a few options for you. So they have the first one. You put this on there. I think that does look good, actually. He's got a little bit of firepower while he's driving there. And then if you wanted the full experience here, they do recommend, and there's also an option if you wanted to fully power him up and most likely make sure you don't lose any of the accessories. He does have this kind of mega long gun ridiculous mode. And you know what? I actually think that even looks all right too. Okay, guys, I think I've seen enough that I'm ready to give you my final review. All right, guys, we've taken a look at the bot mode, the alt mode, and now overall, I do gotta say here that this is a pretty good Optimus Prime. I like how it looks. Its transformation has some pretty cool elements, such as, you know, like pulling these arms out, this flipping around and twisting. So he was a fun transformation there. The biggest complaint I have about him is that just due to how his weapon plugs into his right hand there, this during transformation was falling off a ton. I hope that that's not a standard thing for all of them. Maybe I just got a little unlucky and my copy has a loose arm. However, especially if they're gonna reuse this mold, which I think they'd want to, as to my knowledge, this is a brand new mold for Optimus Prime. that over time, that mold is gonna degrade more and more, and then future releases based on this guy, the arm is gonna be very, very loose. That's the only thing I worry about a little bit long term there. As far as quality control, you know, I wish they put a little bit more love into the paint on the head sculpt there. I don't know if it's showing up, but it does look like they got a little bit lazy there with the spray gun. It's Barricade to shame. Like, I feel this Optimus Prime is like a baseline for what you want maybe a studio series to be. And that Barricade I did last time, that was just not up to par. It was a hunk of junk. So I'm gonna get him out of the frame there. We don't even need him. Really like his bot mode. I really, really like his vehicle mode. There's a few minor, small Hasbro quality control things, but you know what? Overall, this is the direction that the Gamer Edition Studio Series needs to go. I was pretty damn impressed with this. The wheel wells are painted. The transformation was fun. He's a wide figure, not necessarily tall, but I don't feel ripped off. So I gotta go with an 8.2 on this guy. This is what I like to see compared to Barricade anyways. As far as the future of the Gamer Edition Studio Series on this channel, it's up in the air. You know, this was really great, but honestly, the only other one I was thinking about getting is Megatron, and I don't know if he's doing it for me, to be honest. So if I see one out in public, that might change. But hey, it's an 8.2, and I think, you know what? Grab this guy, especially if you can get a little bit of a sale on him, even $5, $10 off eventually. But yeah, if you pick him up at retail, I wouldn't feel bad about it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching another War for Cybertron Gamer Edition review. I hope you guys have a great day, and remember, don't let anyone or anything ever stop you from collecting.